The beginning of this project is from this picture. About 81% GDP of our country comes from the hands of these garments workers. But why are they living in this way? Hi everyone, I am Rahat Ibna Hasan. My project name is Waving Shared Reality, a sustainable living model for RMG workers. The aim of this project is to make a better living condition for the garments worker with the help of a better relation between garments owner and landowner. Here we can see their allowance for house rent is 24 US dollar. Still they are paying 58 US dollar. If we compare this rent with other residential area like Gulshan and Dhanmondi, we can see that they are paying almost 2 times higher than this area in per square feet. After studying three main industrial belts, we can learn garments workers and their family members generate extra economy to maintain a better living condition for themselves. From studies, we find that there are 6 groups of people which are divided in 4 groups on the basis of their life patterns. From this chart, we can understand the life pattern of garments worker and also when and how they use these spaces. If we consider the COVID situation, we can learn that about 40%, which is 1.6 million in number of workers, moved to their village for not being able to afford their living cost. By studying their homestead, we can learn that several people are dependent on a particular garments worker and they bearing the monthly expenses and try to help out the family by involving in different works. If we look at their economic pattern, their money goes directly to the market, which never comes back. We can turn this to circular economy for their economic growth. If another unit is being proposed for extra economy, then the cost will arise. By sharing time-based use of those unused common spaces, they can be benefited. Here, we can see what types of extra facilities they can have, how much space we need for a bed for 2 persons, and how much do we need for other furnitures. The answer is 11 feet 2 inches and 10 feet 4 inches. To reduce the construction cost, we need to separate it in 3 feet module, then the unit forms about 12 feet by 12 feet. Here, the panels for walls, windows, doors are made of CI sheet because of the availability of these materials. Here, we can see the space of one unit. Large storage space is needed for pandemic situation, that's why 2 layers of spaces is added. When 2 units shared between themselves, some common spaces will be created when can be used as a different purpose. Floor are also considered as a module so that it can be made easily. Now we have 4 types of units for 4 different groups, combining the service of common space together. In this extruded view, we can see the panels and structure elements. Hence, we can see how the modules are being arranged. Shared service is central point so that the units can be arranged in the parameter of this center to create some common space for economic purpose. When they live in their village, there is some case of access from one house to another. That makes an easily accessible circulation. From this point of view, the vertical connections are here also made just like their native practice. To generate some extra economy, here they sell the own swing clothes. So there is some economic pattern and the panels can be used for as an extra economic pattern or source for them. Now my site is located in a growing industrial belt and this belt is being served by this particular zone. In further, here EPZ and other garments factories can be increased in a huge number. This economic plan is most important part of this project. Here we can understand what kind of role architects have in this type of project. If it costs 100 crore taka to build the housing, the landowner can also go through a process by sharing the land with garments owners at 5% interest for 10 years. These loans will be given by JICA, ITCOL or Bangladesh government. But how we can pay this 150 crore taka? If we look at the worker house allowance, the monthly salary of 4 to 5,000 workers is 1.5 crore. It stands at 18 crore a year. From that 18 crore, we can take 15 crore in 10 years. The 150 crore taka can be paid. The remaining 3 crore taka can be shared among the landowners. As a result, Workers are getting a better place in their house allowance, their living is improving, and the garments owners' production is increasing. We can see the vehicular accessibility around the site. The road has been moved around the site to increase vehicular accessibility. If we look into the Moja map, we can understand the current road pattern and which places can be shared. From the study, we can see where people are gathering more and by which road they are moving from. The main spine road is generated from that activity pattern. The activity pattern of the spine road can be seen here. Later the module are installed, and that's where my secondary road networks come from. This is the final stage of the master plan. Let's take a look at the main spine road. Let's see what kind of activities are going on. We can see the connections in multi-layer, how the shops and living units will connect with the roads. Now we can see the axonometric view of a cluster. It shows how these roads are connected, how the economic zones are connected with the markets, how the multi-dimensional connection that is taking place through the vertical connections. In these sections, we can see the connections of workspace, living unit, courtyard, and vegetable gardens. Here we can see how the alleys are opening into the courtyards. The open spaces are being used as playground for children. They will be used as a community space as well. Workspace and shops are very important in this economic model. Little things like that way they use the shops have been considered in their design. The module can be added to become a big shop. That means there is a flexibility. The elevation of this economic zone shows what kind of shops there can be, how the activity has been used in this design, how it being connected to the above units. Looking at the sections, we can understand more about the connections of the roads and units with the shops. If we look at the code from the workshops or workspace, we will see what they are doing in their workspaces. The construction phase can be constructed in step by step if we want. Workers or other family members can work in these phases. So, I will conclude with this. We want to see the smiles on their faces again. Thank you.